Long gone are the days of Pablo Escobar and his gun-toting gangs that used to rule Colombia. Colombia has now moved forward and become a very dynamic and progressive country. Medellin is now voted as one of the top most innovative cities in the world. Colombia is a lot safer than it was about 10 years ago. And it was about 10 years ago that we met somebody online. Now we're going to meet them in person and stay in their very exclusive penthouse in the city of Cali. Maria grew up wealthy. Her father has a massive sugarcane plantation and her mother is an interior designer. So it was only a matter of time that Maria would pick up in her mother's footsteps. She's an incredible designer and has created some wonderful pieces that decorate her home. A designer by day and a DJ by night left us little time to actually really get to know Maria. We spent more time playing with Petunia, her dog, while waiting around each day for her to turn up. It didn't seem to bother us. It gave us plenty of time to do all our blogging and catch up with all our friends around the globe as we had internet access. It was a pretty cool place to sit up here and blog all day while staring out over the city of Cali from this awesome penthouse. After a while, Maria kind of understood that we were very much back to nature kind of people, and she wanted to impress us by taking us out into the rural areas of her city. And we found a little stream and we sat back and just enjoyed a quiet time. It gave us a moment to reflect on our relationship and our friendship with Maria. One that we felt was pretty strange and pretty strained. We spent most of our time sitting in silence rather than actually having a conversation. On our last day, Maria wanted to take us up to her parents' lakeside cottage. I wouldn't really call it a lakeside cottage, I'd call it more a lakeside mansion. It seemed to us that everything Maria did was on a grandiose scale, from maids to servants to people who did the gardens. All we had to do was sit back and relax. It's not really something we like doing, but while here, we enjoyed it. It's hard to believe, but just for one moment, I just wanted to pick up a tea towel and dry the dishes. Getting away from Cali and heading towards Medellin, we discovered this awesome little place that we'd only ever seen on the internet. Recently, Guatepay has gone through a beautification program where they've decorated the whole town. It doesn't matter where you walk around Guatepay, you're surrounded by colourful buildings. Every lane, every lamppost, everything you see has been hand painted. It's a real feast for your eyes in every direction. We just really didn't know where to look. Buses do run from Medellin International Airport out towards Guatepay, but you'll probably end up getting stopped at a town called El Peñol. So we decided we would grab a taxi and share it with another couple who were going as far as El Peñol. We split the fare and our taxi driver took us all the way through till we got to Guatepay. In Guatepay, we'd be staying at the Lakeview Hostel. It took us a little while to find it and a little bit of confusion with the taxi driver, but in the end, we finally made it to our little tiny boutique motel and settled in for the afternoon. Being a lakeside community, there's so much to do here in Guatepay, so we decided we'd take a walk all the way up to El Peñol, the huge monolith rock that we were going to climb all the stairs all the way to the top. There's 650 stairs to the top of the climb that'll take you all the way up El Peñol. However, if you want to be a bit more daring and you've still got a bit of breath in your tanks, you can take the extra stairs that'll take you up to 740 stairs, and that takes you up to the souvenir shops in the tower right on the top of the rock. From town, it's a simple 5-minute taxi ride or a 4-kilometer walk, depends on how fit you are. It's a nice walk, and unfortunately we got a little bit lost on the way there and ended up walking up a piece of steep construction to the base of the rock. Just when you think you've completed a 4-kilometer walk to get here, now the real fun starts. The climb is steep, but at least the markers up the stairs indicate how far you've progressed. The climb is worth it though. To get the view of the lake is incredible. And you tend to forget once you've got here that you've just climbed that horrible 740 steps to get to the very top. The views are 360 degrees of pure panorama. Everywhere you look is a treasure trove and a feast for your eyes. You're probably wondering though, why there's a huge GI painted on the side of El Peñol. Well, it was supposed to say Guatepay, as there was a massive argument between the town of El Peñol and the town of Guatepay as to who owned the rock. And after painting a few letters, it soon was discovered and soon was decided. Guatepay owns the rock. Now, anyone who knows me knows that motorbikes are my passion. So discovering that a newly developed business here for motorcycle hire through Guatepay Motos, we just had to go and ride a bike. It's a small bike, it's only a 125, but boy oh boy, we had the most awesome time, and the feeling of freedom once again when on the back of a motorcycle, you can't beat it. Now, there's only one way to finish the day after riding a motorcycle. Head back up to El Peñol and make sure you get these beautiful glazed ribs. They are to die for. Great scenery and great food. Best way to end the day. If you do see our friends at Guatepay Motos, make sure you mention Globetrotting Couple was where you saw them first. On our last morning here, we just had to veg out by the lake one more time. We bought a local delicacy that seems to be sold everywhere. It kind of looks like a round brown ball, and apparently it's condensed milk, and it's incredibly sweet, and you've got to check these things out when you're shopping around the markets. You won't be able to eat a whole pack. As I said, they are incredibly sweet. Cartagena. Now this is the tale of two cities. Basically, Cartagena has two parts. There's the old city, which is a walled area and absolutely beautiful, picturesque. Everywhere you look, it's a visual symphony. Then there's the other side of Cartagena, which is the newer, more upmarket and beach side of things. So depending on where you want to stay, you can have two totally different cities in one place. We love the old city. Everywhere you look, it's a picture postcard. There's so much to see and so much to view. From little ice cream shops to cafes to colourful local people selling their cuisine, you really couldn't go too far wrong in the city of Cartagena. Cartagena started out as a seaport city and soon became famous for the Pirates of the Caribbean, as this was the original city where the whole story really started in real life. But times moved on and the movies created something different out of what was an original scene. You can still find the odd boats round by the port, and you can actually go for a walk over them and have a good look as well. Interesting little place, but you've got to visit and come see it for yourself. Cartagena is just a bustling, thriving community, and it's picturesque everywhere. One word of caution about Cartagena, especially in the old city, is that it is full of touts. So if you're not used to people vying for your business and your tourist dollar, just smile sweetly and walk past. They do provide a city bus tour. It's worth taking and going and look around the city just to get your bearings as to where you're headed. Inside the old walled city, they also provide a walking tour, which is well worth doing just to get a bit more history about the buildings of this great city. Even the street art just around the corner from where we were staying in the old city was fantastic. I just had to stop and take these couple of photos. The colours are incredible. Who would have thought taking this picture right next to me was a homeless guy? I didn't get hassled down this laneway or bothered. We thought we'd head out to a day spa with a difference. To head out to the Volcano was definitely a difference for us. This is a huge lake area, and right on the edge of it, there's this tiny little pimple on the landscape that happens to be a volcano. Apparently it's 6 kilometers deep. Not that you can swim to the bottom, you feel like you're almost weightless, and you need to keep your center of gravity at the right point. If your body starts to fall forward, your feet are going to kick out behind you, and you're going to fall flat face in the mud. Not that the mud's a bad thing. Apparently it has quite a few therapeutic qualities. So the guys inside the volcano are quite happy to give you a wash down, give you a bit of a massage, and really rub all that mud into your body. Once you're finished, you get out of the mud, they wipe the excess off, and you walk down to the lake where the ladies are there waiting to help wash you down. And when I say wash, they wash everything. So if you're a bit of a prude, you're not going to enjoy it. But don't be surprised, just go with the flow. On our way home, there's a quick stop for lunch and a quick check out of the local beach. It's a great way to end the day, and the food, fantastic.